part of that.
Not to be confused with Narnia, which
Yeah, that was my first thought.
anyway, Connor is was our captain of my team at the WTC this year. Prolific MCP player, also in particular for Web Warriors. Although he's on the Daredevil Defenders hype train right now, and it's great to have you. Thanks for coming along tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I think it's an appropriate game with two people potentially with Web Warriors in their squad.
All right, so let's take a look at what the guys brought. So let's start with Lukas, who's being read today. Lukas Schieck. Oops, I keep doing this. Oh my goodness, my big fat fingers. All right, here we go. There we are. He's brought Agent Venom, one of your favorites, Connor. Black Cat, Cosmic Ghost Rider. CGR. Heads on fire. Heads on fire. Okay. Ghost Spider, Rocket Raccoon, Wong, Toad. Look at this Wong, Toad, double twos. What a boss.
Triple twos. Rocket's in there too.
Oh yeah, my lord. What's Lukas up to? Star-Lord, Miles Morales, and Spectacular Spider-Man. I'll let you comment on the roster in a moment. It's Demons, Gamma Wave, Infinity Formula, and he's got Alien Ship, Fear Grips, and Paranoia Pummels. Now, let's take a look at what our friend Jim Gradwell from England has brought along. He's a big A-Force fan. Let's see if he's sticking to that. Boom! There she is. She-Hulk, Okoye, Crystal, OG Captain Marvel. Oh, maybe he's going to try to test this.
No, that's the new one. That's the new Captain Marvel.
Thank you. Sorry. Thank you. I was wondering if he brought the old one to try to deal with CGR. That's like the new thing. Black Cat, Wong, Toad, Spider-Woman, yeah. Miles Morales, and Spectacular Spider-Man again. He's very popular these days. Struggle for the Cube, Spider-Infected, Skrulls, Scoundrels, Spider People, Portals, and Mutant Madmen. All right, let me tell these guys that they can go. Okay, cool. All right, give us your thoughts.
So, yeah, it's interesting because they've both got a Web Warriors as a significant portion. Funny enough, it's actually a bigger portion of Lucas's roster. But I think both of them, the main game plan is not to play Web Warriors. We know Jim's mainly an A-Force player. And Lukas, you can tell from his secures, is mainly aiming to play Guardians. But has Web Warriors as kind of a backup on spread out secures, which I think we will see if we get Jim's secures.
All right, let's take a look what came up. I'm not sure who picked what yet, so let's see who won the role. It looks like Lukas. Lukas won the role.
Yeah, so Lukas won the role and chose his secures.
All right.
Because Infinity was one of his.
Right, thank you. So Infinity Formula, this is the map B, and if you stand next to it, you get a power during the power phase. Extra power, that is. And then Scrolls, a classic extract. So these are 4 Scrolls, and when you pick, you can only hold one at a time, and when you pick it up, you have to roll your physical defense, and you're looking for a crit or a wild, otherwise your opponent gets to push you short.
Very interesting. I think we got a pretty neutral flip here, with the least fighty of Lucas's secures and the slowest scoring of Jim's extracts.
So is this favoring attrition?
I don't know. I think this is probably the most even flip we could have got. In terms of CGR really doesn't want to play on peta flips or scoundrels, which are Jim's. And Lukas didn't want to see the super fast extracts and got the slowest of Jim's extracts. Jim also really did not want to play demons, I would assume. So getting Infinity Scrolls is actually probably the one they each wanted the most of each other's that were up for it. So I think we're going to have a pretty interesting game, and I could see both players going Web Warriors or both players going with the other faction. I'm really not sure. I think Jim will go A-Force, but I'm not certain.
Yeah, so this is exciting then, right? I mean, everything's.
Yeah, I think this is the most interesting flip, because I think if we see demons, it's definitely Guardians, and if we see, if we Jim and one and we got Spider Portals, it was going to be webs. So I think this is for both of them, they could play either faction.
All right, thanks to Pat for this lovely street level map tonight. We got 34 points of terrain on the board, which is on the higher side, not terribly high though. And it's a TTS. So we're looking to do another map contest after the season is over. So if you guys are feeling creative out there, we could use extra maps, and that'll be posted up in the Discord server telling you how to submit your maps. So here's the board for tonight from Pat. We've got, good old Pagani's Old Ale House. That's size 5. Size 2 hot dog stand, size 2 dumpster, good old dumpling restaurant, size 4. There's motorcycle, size 1, size 1 traffic light, size 1 stop sign, size 2 car, size 2 car. Then size 3 buildings, size 4 buildings, so double size 4. That's a Pat signature
Yeah, a lot
move.
of big terrain.
Pat loves the big terrain. And a little green dumpster here, size 2. The scrolls are here at the bottom and at the top of the screen, +2, quite central. And then the serum canisters are here at the bottom. And then, where are the other ones? Oh my goodness, they're hiding. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh God.
One's right behind that building. That is a good spot.
Wow. Right. So
wow, I just noticed Jim's name.
I know.
That's pretty good.
He was my inaugural subscriber when I opened up my OnlyFans channel.
Really? That's quite cool.
Yeah, very nice. Very progressive of him, and I thank him for it to get me started on that route. And they're playing 20 Threat.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah. So what do you got in there? You got some grog in there? Is that hot tea and rum?
No, I wish. I'm still fighting off a cold, so I was drinking Lemsip earlier, so can't have any alcohol with the paracetamol. So just a cup of herbal tea at the moment.
Right. Well, I'm in the cocktail lounge. I think that herbal tea's got probably some magic mushrooms ground up into it or something, right? With that.
Anything to keep me going. I was ready for bed like an hour ago, so
thanks for hanging in there.
Gotta get the energy flowing. But it's really interesting that we went 20. Which I think is the correct choice by Jim, because interestingly, Lukas's mad scientist roster, with all the bits and pieces he has in it, only has so many models of each affiliation. So I think by going higher, you actually constrict his list building a bit more. I've always really been interested in Lukas's list design philosophy, because he has no ties to anything thematic or fluffy or anything. He just wants to play the thing that is the best, and also quite likes weird dual affiliation rosters. So he was playing, Malekith X-Men in the last league, which was quite an interesting lesson. He's kind of done the same thing this time with the Webb's CGR Guardians.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna see Webb's here, just because I don't know how he. I feel like it fits the point level better for his list, but I could be wrong. We could end up seeing Guardians. I think either way, we're going to see a CGR. We're going to see a Bill, and then we'll see from there.
Do Web Warriors character players favor higher threat values, generally speaking, or doesn't matter?
Yeah, I think 17 plus is kind of good. To be honest, I think Webs are pretty much good at anything over 15. It depends on the roster, but yeah, 20, you just keep going wider and wider.
Okay.
So here we go.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
Oh.
Who you want
to
look at
first? We got A-Force. Yes.
A-Force. Should we look at Lucas's and see what this little trickster is up to? Here we go. Ooh, look how wide this list is. 1, 2, 3, 6 characters wide. He's brought Miles Morales, Toad.
Okay.
Agent Venom. Oh wait, sorry. Rocket Raccoon, Agent Venom, CGR, and Star-Lord. Tactics are Foreign Assignment, Advanced R&D, Brace, Crew of the Milano, and Mark for Death. I think Crew of the Milano's gotten very popular with CGR. Mark for Death's always a good card. Brace and Advanced R&D. Foreign Assignment, though, you finding a lot of value out of that?
So I've not seen it very much, because people have not been playing as much Agent Venom since CGR came out, which is a mistake, because Agent Venom's insane. And honestly, just with Star-Lord, that card is worth it. With Star-Lord and Rocket on the board, I think you're going to see some serious value out of that, even if you only get one of them off. But the big thing is Agent Venom is probably the best model in the game for his points at killing Web Warriors.
Yep.
And Jim has a lot of Web Warriors in the list. I'm not sure if he's played that many of the ones Agent Venom is good at killing, though, which is interesting. But he's still a very good piece.
And no
I'm quite
Groot.
excited. We've got some interesting lists, it looks like.
So what's his affiliation here? So
So he's gone Guardians
so it's Star Lord.
with Splashing Miles and Black Cat.
What? No,
Agent Venom is a Guardian.
Oh, you're Toad. Toad is the Splash along with Miles. No,
Wait,
it's Toad.
okay. Oh yeah, sorry. I thought it was.
Yeah. So again, it's Miles
Yeah,
Morales,
you're right.
Toad,
Toad and Miles. I don't know who I thought it was.
Rocket, Agent Venom, CGR, and Star Lord. Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting. This is super interesting. Oh, look at that. The tray's all akimbo.
Oh, I'm excited.
Look, he's brought the new Captain Marvel, She-Hulk,
Yeah.
She-Hulk, Okoye, Black Cat, Toad, and Wong. So a lot of twos again. Fallback,
Yeah.
Patch Up, Sacrifice, Special Delivery, and Stalwart Determination. So really good cards to help protect She-Hulk, and then some of the interesting cards that are affiliated.
Yeah, the Montreal Shark Tank tearing out their hair with all these 2 threats on the board.
I know, it's crazy. Really crazy. All right, everybody.
Yeah, I think turns out Toad is still very, very good. And my boy Wongers. Let's go, Wong.
Wongers. Right. So let's see what Lukas has done so far. He's put CGR here right down the middle, right up front, and Star-Lord hiding behind him, actually, a little off the deployment line. Toad just to the left as well. Age of Venom now flanking hard left to where the Secures are. And so far, Jim has put She-Hulk dead center with Toad next to her, Okoye on the left flank, and Black Cat slightly to the right so far. Wow.
We got 2 Black Cats. We got 2 Toads.
You keep saying that. He doesn't have Black Cat, Lukas.
Does he not?
No.
Why do I keep thinking he has Black Cat?
Which
I
one?
think I'm mixing up Agent Venom for
Yeah,
some reason.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at the overlay.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what use. I don't think I've ever seen Miles under Star-Lord's leadership. So I'm quite curious to see if we see some tooled up web line kicks with the winging it tokens to get those throws off.
Right. So Miles has gone down on the hard right flank here. And then who else did he put down? Wong has joined Okoye on the left flank. Wonger is looking for another date to have movies night with. And looks like Rocket is going slightly to the left. Not as flanking as hard as Agent Venom. So right kind of between the middle point and the left side. And the last model for Jim is Cosmic Avenger Captain Marvel all the way on the left flank. So he's completely abandoning this right flank.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, super interesting. I don't know what I've seen Jim play. I mean, nobody's playing this kind of roster, but I've seen him play, so I know kind of how he does this a little bit. But I have no idea about Lukas's.
But one interesting thing to note is no one brought a safe grab for the side scrolls.
Yeah.
We've got no Bill with eyes. We've got no eyes.
No ASM.
Yeah, we've got no eyes on the prize with She-Hulk. We can't special delivery turn 1 because, well, I guess you could, but I don't think we will. Just to grab an extract at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting.
Three twos. Jim's taken 3 2 threads.
Wow. That is a wild list. I have seen Jim play before, and he does love to go really big guys and scrubs approach, where he runs a lot of cheap models, and then She-Hulk, and occasionally another big one.
Mm-hmm.
Norbert, have you seen the new Captain Marvel on the board yet?
I played against her just tonight in real life.
Oh,
Darren brought her in a Spider Foes. Yeah, in a Spider Foes roster. Yeah. So she's
I've not seen her yet.
She is such a cannon. I just kept throwing her to be completely over in Africa and out of my hair. That was the only way I could deal with her.
Yeah, I think it's been interesting because obviously we've seen a lot of the original Captain Marvel as CGR tech. But I haven't actually seen the new one in play yet, so I'm quite interested to see how she does.
All right, here we go. First roll. This is CGR's power roll. Ooh, just one.
Ooh, big roll.
Woof. PU.
That is a rough start for CGR, which will have the audience cheering.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think that Jim went 2 threats to try to maintain 6 wide, like he expected the Web Warriors guy to, or potentially Web Warriors to go?
Yeah, I think Jim just in general likes playing really wide and clearly decided he wanted to play Cosmic Carol, at which point he kind of had to play as many twos as he could.
Yeah.
Um, I think a lot of the time you basically pick what you want in a list and then just figure out what else fits. And I think that's also why Lukas ended up with Miles. It's less because he wanted Miles specifically, and more, I think he also wanted to go as wide as possible. Because obviously he could have played Bill over 2 threats,
Yeah,
but he's
exactly.
clearly valued going wide on this one.
All right, so Agent Venom has picked up that far scroll. He did the roll as required and passed it, so he gets to stay right there, and he's done.
Wow, well done by Agent Venom.
Yep. So everyone is super impressed with your outfit tonight, Mr. Rooney. The Miami
Yeah,
Vice.
I decided I needed to wear something that kind of suited more my outlandish personality.
Let me tell you something. So you pulling off the Miami Vice look. It's fantastic. Let me
Yeah.
tell you something. Along those same lines, I was a big dork growing up, as everybody can well imagine. And so in high school, when I went to my prom, I instead of getting a normal tuxedo like everybody else got, what was hot right then is you could get tuxedos that you could rent that were Miami Vice themed.
Oh, wow.
So
That's awesome.
I went to my prom in a pastel blue blazer with a white kind of shirt and white tennis shoes. I'm sure my date wasn't thrilled, but I had a good time.
So funny enough, I actually went to the register office in this suit when I got married. So not for the actual big wedding ceremony, but we got married abroad, so we had to do the paperwork.
Yeah,
So I
brilliant.
rocked a white suit, and my wife was not in white for that day, and then was obviously in white for the big wedding day. So that was quite fun.
Oh my goodness. Right, so that was Okoye picking up the far scroll. She failed her roll though, so she's going to be walking short depending on where Lukas wants to put her, and it looks like he's just going to try to get her closer to the action up against that building. Maybe getting a little takeaway dumpling order. Or maybe not. Lukas can't make up his mind. Give her some dumplings, man. Lukas, I mean, she's denying the poor lady some supper.
That is good terrain blocking, at least.
Yeah, so Jim probably did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Knowing Jim. Jim doesn't make frivolous moves. And Lukas is just going to have to suck it up. And there it goes into the dumpling house. Okay, takeaway it is. Man, nothing's finer. Having a late night cocktail party like this afterwards, get a couple of hot dumplings afterwards. That sounds perfect.
Honestly, my whenever I'd go out downtown in London, which I didn't do very often for late nights, I'd always just want to leave the club and go to Chinatown and just go get Chinese food instead.
Yup.
Just much more fun.
I found I'm very, very particular. I'm always hunting for really good soup dumplings. Do you know those?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I found a place. It opened up not too long ago. It was relatively new, one in Chinatown that opened
Okay.
up. Yeah, and they do fantastic ones. I'll have to tell you. I'll show you where it is if you're interested. All right, that's.
Yeah, definitely. My wife loves dumplings as well.
Oh,
So
okay. Maybe we should do a date night then. Let's go out.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
We
Yeah. What?
Yeah, we actually walked to Chinatown during the original pandemic.
Oh yeah.
When we were all basically at the point where we were allowed out, but you couldn't really do anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
And we just decided to walk. I think it was 3 hours from where we lived in South London to Chinatown just to get Chinese food.
Well, we had nothing else
Yeah,
but
things
time.
you do in a pandemic.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so Toad went and picked up the near scroll, but failed the roll. This is pretty momentous bad roll for Lukas. And so Jim's moved Toad closer to his side of the board, and now it's over to Jim's turn.
Yeah, so that's an interesting play because basically Lukas had the choice of very safely grabbing his own one and retreating, and Jim doing the same, or basically doing this play and then risking getting pushed, but then also forcing Jim to risk getting pushed. And I quite like this decision because Lukas needs to create a fight as quickly as he can. So I think that's quite a bold but smart play by him. I probably would have been too cowardly and just grabbed my own back scroll instead.
Yeah, I misspoke earlier. Toad picked up Jim's scroll, so to speak. So that's the ambitious play that you talked about. But it did backfire. I mean, it was a risk. It's basically a risk. But what are you going to do?
It
So
does force Toad to come closer to the Guardians, though. And if he fails it, that could be quite scary.
yeah. Toast is mentioning how this stops Jim from using his long movers to get a scroll in one move.
Yeah.
True. All right, here's Jim's Toad picked up the scroll. Let's see if he fails the roll. He does. So now Lukas is going to.
Yeah, I don't think Jim really had a choice there. Well, maybe, I mean, he could have just gone down 3-1, but maybe he should have actually. I did that a tournament game on the weekend where I just was like, Scrolls is too scary. You can have 3. I'll take my 1, and we'll deal with the rest of this later. And then I just beat up Blade, who got pushed towards me.
Steve's mentioning a restaurant called My Neighbors the Dumplings, which is a hilarious name.
Okay.
It's near my house.
That is a great name.
Yeah, it is a great name. So off the wall. And Steve, I have eaten there, and not too long ago. We saw it for the air for ages, but never got around to it. But a couple months ago, my wife and I finally made it up there, and they are delicious dumplings. We had a great time eating there. But they don't do soup dumplings, and soup dumplings is the holy grail of dumplings, in my humble opinion. They're not easy to get good ones. First of all, they're hard to find in the first place, and when you find them, oftentimes they come with very thick dough skins because they don't want them to pop and stuff. But really good ones have much
They're
more.
hard to make.
They're hard to make. I made them on my trip. We went to China. We went to China for a foodie tour, so we would cook food but also do sightseeing.
Wow.
It was so good, Connor. It was so good.
That sounds amazing.
And so when we were in Shanghai, one of the cooking class that day was to make soup dumplings. And yeah, they're not terribly hard to make, but they don't look as pretty because to twist the tops to make them all nice and nice, it was very hard. But man, were they good! Oh my god, I'm so happy.
Ooh, we see an interesting play Lukas is measuring out here, which is using his chains of damnation to pull his own Toad back to safety.
Huh. Wow.
Which will incinerate him.
Yeah,
but we'll get him a lot further away from A-Force.
All right, so first he's decided to move forward, and now he's attacking Jim's Toad over the car.
So here comes the...
Is he doing the pull first?
I think he's doing the pull first.
That is really clever. I didn't realize it was...
Yeah, it's friendly, too, which is quite cool on someone like Bill, who's immune to incinerate. You just don't see it too often, because most of the time CGR is too busy killing things.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. And what is it? A short move? I can't remember the pull.
It's a short push.
Push. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay.
That's a very cool play.
Clever. All right. Now the attack going into Toad after the pull, push, whatever. Toad's gonna get crushed here.
Not a great roll.
Not a great roll. You're right. Crit rolls into a hit though, so that's 3 hits into.
It does have the wing in it.
Oh god. Oh, this is the kick.
Toad is gonna live though.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yikes! Just oh man. Oh no, he saved 1. Okay, but still, he's taken 3, but he is going to get the hell out.
He did not take long to do that.
No hesitation, and he's moving way the hell away. Oh.
God, Toad is so good. Especially when you can layer defensive tech like Miles' defensive reroll, or as Lukas did, putting a winging token on Toad to try and keep him alive longer.
He did, yeah. Interesting. I just noticed that. He put a winging it token so the incinerate doesn't hurt too much.
Yeah, it's really interesting. He put a winging it token on Miles as well, which is not who I would have expected turn 1, given Miles is both pretty safe and pretty unlikely to make an attack.
All right. Jim, over to Jim. Jim's moving wongers. He's going to get some popcorn out. He's going to watch that latest Carrie Underwood film. What do you think of Rosamund Pike?
Rosamund Pike, the actress.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen her very much, actually.
You didn't see her in the Wheel of Time shows on Amazon Prime?
No, I never did watch those. I really should, but I don't watch much of
season 1 was
don't watch a ton of TV.
Oh no, you don't?
But not a ton. I watch a bit, but not don't watch much fantasy actually. I'm more of a sci-fi guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at this rocket moving up to hold the points. And actually he's going to climb up onto that building.
Ooh, aggressive rocket.
A little sniper action going on there.
Is he on the point? It looks like he's probably on the point.
Not sure. Let me, I can tell. Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, cool.
The rocket's setting up to just shoot Toad next turn. Or anyone else who comes to that infinity.
Yeah, finish my point about Wheel of Time. Season 1 was so-so, but Season 2 is fantastic, actually, which was amazing, because usually second seasons are not as good as the first, but yeah. Rosamund Pike is an underrated actress. I really like her.
She's very good.
She's in some sort of dark comedy now. I saw her on the Tube platform, an advert.
Okay. I do enjoy a good comedy.
Yeah, some sort of dark comedy.
I'm watching Pluto on Netflix right now. I don't know if you've seen the ads for that one.
Ludo?
Pluto, like the planet.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's an anime that's basically like it's very much like a kind of old school like sci-fi detective story. And I always loved that genre, that like weird subgenre of sci-fi. Isaac Asimov wrote a bunch, and I always really enjoyed it. And apparently, it's loosely based off of Astro Boy. But yeah, it's very. I just love a good detective.
This is an anime,
story, and I love a good sci-fi.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And what service is streaming it?
It's on Netflix.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've canceled Netflix. So you don't watch TV though? I'm surprised.
I watch a bit, but
what do you do with all your spare time?
Stuck on. I listen to way too many podcasts and watch all of Lukas's streams. There's 8 hours of that a day. So
that's like a job. You could watch Lukas's streams. He does stream a lot, everybody. So if you want to catch more games from the TTS leagues, tune into his channel. I think it's Schieck, which is spelled a little bit funny, Schieck. So if you look at the stream here, you can see the way he spells it up there. It's Lukas with a K, Lukas. Representing the Ontario meta.
Whoa!
Look at Star-Lord flying.
Star-Lord just did a backflip there.
So real quick, Black Cat has moved up here to this secure and stayed outside of 3 of Rocket Raccoon. And now we see Star-Lord moving forward. Looks like he's going to do a double move to kind of threaten this top part of the flanks.
Okay, interesting. I'm going to stand on that.
The little hot dog stand. That's funny.
Yeah. Okay, so we've only got the 2 big hitters left.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see much out of them this turn, but...
That's a Koye measuring 2 to Toad.
I think he's trying to see if he can stay within bodyguard and throw terrain at Toad.
I see. Got it.
Doesn't for next turn. I don't think he can afford to do it this turn. Oh, no, he can because of Wong. I missed that. Wong passed the power to She-Hulk. So She-Hulk's throw is online. And Lukas can't brace because Toad has no power.
Ah, interesting.
So if...
I think
the question is, is he going to value She-Hulk's safety or getting this throw off more? Because he can only measure from... I think, knowing Jim, he's probably going to go from the bodyguard.
Yep, for sure.
Oh no! It looks like he's changed his mind. He's just going to stay out of 3 of CGR and throw from there, if he can. this is tricky. I'm not sure he gets there. Oh, he's going within. Okay.
Huh.
Oh,
All
I
right.
guess he just really wanted to throw that size 4 into Toad.
Yeah. Soup dumplings. Incoming soup dumplings.
Worth noting here, if Toad blocks nothing, he dazes and drops the scroll.
Oh my god, he's blocked 3. So fucking Toad. God damn it.
Always.
What is this?
It's just what he does. Just what he does.
Oh, it's so
Classic
aggravating.
Toad.
Good lord, is that aggravating? I'm not even
It's what he
playing and
does.
I'm aggravated.
Oh,
Oh
boy.
man. What a
Blocks 3 on 3 dice.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ. Luckily,
I had a game against Pat once where I threw a building at Toad and he needed to block 2 for me not to win the game, and he blocked 3 just to spite me. Okay, we got a web swing coming in from Miles.
Yep.
How
does he have power? Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lukas had advanced R&D.
He used it. I see it now. It's been used.
Yeah, I didn't see who played it. Oh, it must have been Rocket, because Rocket has no power.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. So web.
Oh, that's a big hit.
Oh god.
Which of course it is, because it's Miles.
Into only one save. I think it went into Okoye.
Yeah, and he can re-roll the 2 blocks. Joe is sitting in the chat getting the PTSD right now.
So Okoye takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Jeez.
3. Miles.
Miles is gonna get this. Miles might get this scroll.
So I think she's on 1.
She blocked 2, took 3, takes the 4th from the throw, so she's gonna go down and drop the scroll.
1, 2, 3. Oh god. What a disaster.
Brutal.
Yeah, that's really brutal. Right, so everybody.
This one's for you. This one's for you, Joe.
Miles hits Okoye, does enough damage, and the trigger to throw her, throws her to do the final point of damage. The scroll drops down, and luckily it's too far rather, for Miles to pick it up. But nonetheless, that's 1 less point for Jim.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go grab it with Cosmic Carol.
Yeah.
But did Miles actually use his second action, or was that just a web swing? Yeah.
Here comes.
There we go. He got there on the web swing.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Miles and Toad. I don't know who is worse, but it's so aggravating.
Oh, Miles.
All right, so he's rolling the scroll roll and succeeds. So he stays put.
Safe.
Naturally.
That is rough. But that's also what you get for grabbing a side scroll with a 2 threat with 4 health.
That's what you get.
I would not have done that.
Connor.
These players are both far more aggressive than I am.
That's what you get.
I mean, this. Whenever people talk about playing a safe grab, that's why.
This is not the safe grab. This is the opposite of a safe grab.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Miles being able to get you on the web swing is pretty rough.
Captain Marvel moves up, throws 3 dice, including 3 hits rather, and a crit into Miles. The crit rolls into nothing. He saves 2
Miles
so far.
2.
Blocks 3, of
Blocks
course.
3.
Nothing.
Of course he does.
No damage goes through. Yes. Play Web Warriors, kids. Don't do drugs. Play Web Warriors.
Better than drugs.
Better than drugs.
There's no downsides.
That's the end of the round. We've got, I think, secures are evenly split 2 and 2, but Lukas goes up by 1 because of that scroll play.
My favorite comment so far from the chat is Joe saying, "I'm about to throw my laptop in the river."
Yeah.
That man has been touched bad by Miles too many times.
Yeah. God.
Yikes, that's a big swing.
Yeah. All right. So that's Jim's so tilted he didn't even put his victory token down. It's
Yeah, so interestingly, this just shows why I don't like playing 6 wide. Because when you do play 3/2 threats, you have 3/2 threats defensively. And that does mean you're more liable to go down to a spike.
Yeah.
Even if Okoye is quite tanky for a 2 threat.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what's going on with the scoring. That's weird. It should be 5 to Schieck and 3 rather to Jim.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but it could just be a scoreboard being weird thing.
Yep.
Or they're using the wrong tokens or something.
Oh, we got Utility Cookie in the house. Cookie, I hope you have some whiskey. I know you're a big fan. Me and Cookie and the rest of the Dutch team had a fantastic chat Saturday night at the WTC. Everybody was chilling, having whiskey, just talking MCP, and it was great. All right.
Oh, yeah. Looks like they're fixing the scoreboard now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Lucas still isn't showing up for some reason.
Yeah, it's so strange. It's on 5.
He's using one of the spawn tokens, but for whatever reason, it's not appearing.
Yeah. Okay.
But we know he's up 5-3.
5. Right on.
Yeah, so that's rough. Going down 2 points on a game that normally ends even, and Lucas has prio, and his CGR got the token back, which wasn't a guarantee given he only had what was it, 2 power at the end of last turn?
Yeah.
Not even. I think he only had 1 power at the end of last turn. So he basically needed 2 or 3 power to get the token. So this is
Jim now.
Oh, we'll see how CGR does. It also looks like She-Hulk is not in any bodyguard range. So it'll be interesting to see if Lucas goes after She-Hulk here or not.
Yeah, so Lucas rolled 3 for CGR's power, so he's on 5. When does he get to do his spender?
His spender's 6, but his token is 5. So if he rolled 1 worse, we wouldn't be seeing the super killy CGR this turn. Whoa, what is going on there?
Stalwart Determination got played. So this is where all the people who are A-Force get to not get pushed off things, right?
Yeah, interestingly, he did not play it on Cosmic Carol, clearly because he wants as much power on her as possible.
Yeah, so Black Cat, Okoye, and She-Hulk are immune to pulls right now, or pushes rather.
Yeah.
Okay.
So interestingly, through that damage, he did not. How does Black Cat only have 2 power?
She didn't do anything.
Yeah, but she didn't do anything, and she's standing on.
She should have gotten a 3rd one. You're right. For the canister,
which is obviously a big deal for Black Cat. That's where her steal comes in. Am I missing something, or did they just forget the Infinity formulas?
Oh wait, does she have to pay 1 to play Stalwart Determination?
That's what you're right.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's interesting. I think we'll see an early power pass to Black Cat. Potentially. The nice thing about Black Cat and A-Force is you can actually feed her power, so her threat range of her steal is quite a bit higher because you can actually get the place on one as well.
I'm asking Cookie how they say cheers or prost when they drink in the Netherlands. I don't know actually what the Dutch thing is. The Dutch thing is probably like why waste time saying something you could just be drinking it. So we don't say anything.
Yeah, I like this play here.
So this is Toad running to the back. If Serum Canister, he's nicely hidden by this convenience store, size 3. So that is a fantastic play. And of course, he's holding a scroll. So perfect.
Yeah, so the thing with Infinity formula, even more than Mutant Badman, but B-shapes in particular, is the games often come down to who rotates best. And what you'll often see is you try to get all your extract holders in the same area so you can protect them. So I think getting Agent Venom over there to protect, or Toad, where there's kind of no damage, And it looks like Jim is basically going to do the exact same thing the other way.
Agent Venom has bodyguard?
No, but I'm just saying there's not much that can threaten Agent Venom on this side
Oh,
because
right.
it was just Toad and Black Cat.
Yeah, sure.
But it looks like Jim is going to abandon that side to back to Black Cat.
Yeah.
Um,
Oof. Scary business, though.
Not sure how I feel about this rotation by Toad.
I think he was
I
desperate.
definitely like the Lucas one.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
sure how I feel about the A Force rotation.
The Lukas one was, I mean, you know, why wouldn't you? He's
Oh, I don't do this. Do not give Black Cat power. You are not going to kill her.
she's so impossible to kill these days.
There's no way Agent Venom with 2 5-dice shots is killing Black Cat.
Jesus. God damn it. My puppy is.
All you're doing is giving her power to come steal things off Toad.
I don't know what's wrong with my puppy loves chewing, and she was chewing on my dry
Oh wow.
dry bushing board. I managed to get it from her. God, Coco.
We have there's teeth marks all over my desk near where the drawers are because one time we put a cat treat in that drawer, like a bag of cat treats, and for like weeks after the cat would just like gnaw on the desk. I'm like, there's nothing in there. I've opened it. I've shown you.
That's funny. Oh, that's funny.
I'm really curious to see Captain Marvel with a big activation this turn. So I think Jim is gonna need it.
PHP Chronos was talking about he has a bloodhound and she smells everything. Well, dude, you
Oh
know,
wow, yeah.
you've got one of the most impressive noses on the earth attached to your face. What do you think you're gonna do? You're gonna use
Exactly.
it?
Okay, this is interesting. What's he
A
measuring?
coonhound. Okay.
Looks like we're debating Miles just going into Okoye to see if you can finish her off. She can't be thrown, so you can't do the extra damage that way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate that. Also don't hate just shooting someone with Star Lord and sitting where you are.
I had a neighbor once who had a bloodhound dog, and if anybody doesn't understand what American bloodhounds look like, they're very low to the ground. They're quite big, but they sort of shape like a dachshund, but bigger, quite big, much
Oh,
bigger.
interesting.
Yeah, but the thing is they have very long, floppy ears with not a lot of fur on them, and the reason is apparently as they're rummaging around on the floor, the ears kind of waft air up into the nose. Yeah, because they're dragging on the floor and flopping back and forth, and so they kind of just add more airflow into into that nose, which is already hypersensitive. So they're just really able to smell everything as a consequence. Ooh, Mark for Death went down, and that is to eliminate the stealth of a black cat. So Asia Venom is shooting
I do
her.
not. I really don't like this
Why?
personally.
Why?
I just don't. I just don't love going after Black Cat when she's uninjured and on low power. But maybe in A Force you might as well because she's gonna get the power.
Mm.
But yeah, lo and behold, it spikes for four hits. So
four damage.
Go ahead. Yeah.
4 damage.
Classic attrition.
4 damage into 2 saves. She should be taking 2 damage. Does he have any triggers on his attack?
Bleed, which he's already put on.
I see. Okay.
Don't know why the damage hasn't gone on yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, he's debating fallback. That's why.
I see. Okay.
Play with marked for death. Played. You can't fall back onto the building. She does not have wall crawler.
Right. So he's gonna.
But interestingly, with so he decided not to fall back. I think I would have fallen back there because my attitude towards marked for death is when it's on you, you just hide that turn.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're gonna die.
Yeah. So for people at home, mark for death removes stealth, also makes you walk slow. And I think one other thing, right? Oh God, he's doing foreign assignment. and
Ooh, I like this.
he's near
Okay.
he's near Rocket. So
What's he get from Rocket?
if he's within 2 of
Make
Rocket,
another attack.
he immediately makes an attack action and then advances short. Ew. And she's marked for death, so he can still attack her. That's 3 hits into 2 saves.
Okay. Um, still rolling pretty hot here.
Yep.
But the lack of crit exploding has kept her alive because that's 2 crits now that haven't exploded.
Correct. So for people at home, Black Cat's new ability is that she doesn't allow rerolls or let crits explode, and so that came into play twice now, just as Connor pointed out. Oof.
Yeah, Carol is now on 6 power, which I believe isn't. I think that's the auto binary power.
Right.
It might
So
be lower.
tell
But
people at home
definitely
how
by
she got
6.
all that power.
Mostly other people keep getting damaged, so leadership keeps triggering.
Right. So
Which allows you to pass a power to another allied model when an allied model takes damage. So Black Cat can't get extra power herself.
oh, so
She is another
last attack.
model gets power.
Last attack,
Ooh.
two hits, and it was exactly what he needed. Went through to no defense. So poor Black Cat just got dazed.
Ooh, that is rough. Yeah, Thorn assignment really changes the math on that Black Cat days. Totally had forgotten about that.
Yeah, Rocket
3
gives
attacks
3
are
attacks.
a lot more likely.
Yeah, with
And yeah, I mean, it did burn 2 tactics cards and 3 attacks to days of 3 threat. So,
but the problem is, Jim's got no presence down on here. Is the problem?
Yeah, it's I don't think that's the worst thing in the world though, because basically, Lukas has he's got 4 points down there is the problem. Black Cat's going to need to steal one of those and get away somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I don't see how Jim can come back because right now the 2 sides of the board are even points wise, with 2 scrolls and 2 secures on each side of the board. But obviously, with Lukas sweeping up one side of the board, Jim is really going to have to do the same on this side, and then also get one of those tokens off with Black Cat and bring it over to the She-Hulk side of the board.
So what's this short move going on here? What's this short move?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is this Jim screwing up again? He did that. Remember on that stream where he was doing the short move over a big building, even though he could have moved medium over it?
Oh, what's happened here?
Who is this?
Oh, we've got a binary form. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
We've got the Captain Marvel activation.
Woo! Let's see it.
Let's go.
I love her. I love Captain Marvel. I loved her film. I thought it was really inspiring. I really enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to seeing her again in the Eternals finally.
Yeah. Good shout by Joe in the chat. He was seeing if Marvel could transform to within 2 of She-Hulk to do a charge with special delivery.
Oh, I see.
Which it doesn't look like she got, but I can't tell.
Yeah, it did look good because he's doing something else.
No, I don't think he
And I misspoke. It's not the Eternals I'm looking forward to. It's the Marvels. I think it's called the Marvels.
Oh, yes. I've heard mixed things. I've heard some people quite liked it, and I've heard some people who have not been a fan.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like it was in range when he measured it. So we're looking at a special delivery charge here in all likelihood, and Jim really needs this to pop off.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna go for the days on Star-Lord, probably, maybe Miles.
Miles.
I mean, ideally, you really want to get both in this next activation or 2. But we know what Miles can do on defense.
Yeah. Jim's just indicated he's using special delivery, just as we suspected. So here she goes. In she goes, flying. She transformed, now flew, which means She-Hulk gets to come along, get placed within 1.
I might have to actually pull up her card because I have no idea
what she does.
She actually does.
She just hurts people a lot. Is the summary.
Well, we were in WTC prep mode for so long.
Yeah.
And she wasn't legal. None of the core box was legal. And I've just not seen her since I started playing with the new stuff. So she's basically got a 5-die. No, that's her non.
Yeah, you look at the binary side. Hang on. So while you're looking at that, She-Hulk has used her free attack from the Stalwart Determination, or sorry, from the special ability card into oh my god, into Star-Lord and rolls one
He
hit.
triple crit.
I know, he triple quits.
That's just not even fair. Like, he didn't even need that. She rolled one hit.
She does slow him, so there's that, I suppose.
This is Guardian's privilege right here.
So true. That is so true.
Wow.
So now it's back to Carol Danvers, who's gonna, let's see how much power. She's got 5 power. She's got 5 power still.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So we're gonna see some serious expenditure of power here. That is such a brutal roll for the special delivery punch.
Cookie, you still haven't told me what they say in Netherlands when you have drinks with one another to toast one another. What's the word? Okay, so Carol is going into Star-Lord.
Yeah, so this is either a 6 dice or an 8 dice attack, depending on how much.
It looks like 1, 2, 3.
It looks like he's gone for the stick.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was a 6-die attack. Star-Lord though naturally saves 3, plus.
Jeez.
Yeah. So that's that.
So no damage. This is not going well.
No. Does she get a throw or something?
Oh, did he do the one with a throw then?
Yeah. Something got he got pushed.
He did. Oh boy. So that was the. Yeah. Don't know what that was. I thought the throw was on the other one.
All right. So is this the next attack?
Woof. So interestingly, comparison between new Carol and old Carol. Old Carol in binary is usually rolling 6 dice. Oh, here we go. We got an actual roll.
5 into 0, but he's winging it. So let's see if he gets any more shields off the winging it. And
did he wing it,
boom,
or did he?
2,
oh
2.
God!
2. That's Guardian's privilege. Get out of here.
So we have a Captain Marvel 8 power, 6 power double tap, and special delivery for a whopping 1 damage.
Oh, so damn. So
jeez.
Awful.
We got 3 on. 3 on Star-Lord.
Hey, if you're in the chat and you don't appreciate this Guardian CGR nonsense, give us an F. Give us a big F, capital F.
I mean, CGR's basically done very little in this game. That's what's scary. But yeah, I mean, and that wasn't even a winging it token. So Star-Lord still has his winging it. That was just plucky attitude.
Oh, this plucky attitude.
Once again showing that Star-Lord is a POS.
That wasn't even his winging it.
People talk a lot about how tanky Miles is. People do not talk enough about how absurdly tanky Star-Lord is.
Yeah, for sure.
6 dice plus 6 health on the front side plus plucky plus winging it a lot of the time is a lot of dice.
What's the Longshanks?
We're gonna go for
What's the Longshanks win rate for Guardians? Can you look it up?
Last time I checked, it was the highest, and it was 57%.
Oh, really?
I believe so. Let me feel like I checked it earlier. Yeah, I'll pull it up. I think a lot of new people. So it's 55% in the last 12 months.
Okay.
Which is still the highest.
Sure.
And if you go from the start of September, which is what I tend to do if I'm thinking errata, because I never remember the actual day it was, they're at 57%, which again is the highest.
So on the high side,
no, it's not crazy high.
Yeah, it's on the high
but I
side,
think you also just get a lot of Guardians players.
Sure.
I mean, they just are a very popular affiliation, and they got a lot of good tools. I think. Yeah, this is looking pretty rough for Jim. He was already in a pretty tough spot and really needed some output. So one of the things interesting things to compare to old Captain Marvel is the lack of rerolls there. Because old Marvel in binaries only rolling 6 dice typically, but they're full rerolls. Whereas new Captain Marvel with her cheaper attack on her binary is also 6 dice, but no rerolls, which shows what can happen there.
Right. So Lukas is measuring all the measurements, trying to figure out what to do with Miles here. Miles has a scroll,
Yeah.
so that's important.
I think he's trying to find a good way to webline kick the web swing and kick Okoye or Toad in a place where he'll still be safe. But um, yeah, it's interesting. I'm not really sure if he's decided or he's gonna rotate. Oh, I like that. I like that choice a lot.
Wow.
Uh,
Let's get the
it feels
scrolls.
very anti-Lucas is choosing violence. But I think that doing the web swing double move to the side of the board, um,
Good God. That
that
is
that's gonna
disgusting.
this is brutal. This is brutal for Jim because now Jim absolutely has to chase to that side of the board.
Yep.
And he's really already used his best tool to do that
Yeah.
special delivery.
No.
Lukas is playing this incredibly well.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh.
yeah, this is a huge swing. That's a very smart play by Lukas, looking at the board state and not, you know, getting
The red
the
mist in
blood in
his
his
eyes.
eyes.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Because he's got 3 scrolls now at the bottom. If people are not keeping score, there's 3 scrolls at the bottom with nobody threatening them and CGR in the way.
Yeah, all
uh,
you've got is an injured black cat, which is just brutal.
uh,
So, yeah, I'm not really sure what the play is here for Jim. He is in a pretty rough spot.
yeah, I don't know either.
Oh, I wonder. Yeah, it's tricky because She-Hulk doesn't even have that much power on her.
Yeah, she's got 3. What does she
I
need to?
kind of if I'm Lukas and She-Hulk doesn't go soon, I almost think you just run to the other side of She-Hulk with CGR and pull her through to make her even farther away from the side of
Okoye
the board that
attacks.
matters.
Okoye attacks Star Lord and gets 2 shields and 2 skulls.
Oh my god,
Jim's not supposed to win this game. The dice gods have said no. They said,
oh my lord.
Jim, you haven't been sacrificing properly. You are not faithful. You have not been faithful, and we will punish you severely for your
Yeah, that's not
hubris.
ideal.
Your hubris.
He really needs a spike at some
I
point
know,
because
seriously. Well, no,
yeah,
he's
Lukas is in a very commanding position at this point.
oh God.
Yeah, if that special delivery goes off and I think it didn't matter because the dice were so bad, but in hindsight, I definitely think he should have been going for Miles to stop the rotation.
Yeah.
Um, but obviously with those dice, Miles is also going to live. So
So Okoye has moved a little bit with her second activation. Oh, it's probably to do more bodyguard possibilities, and so now it's over to
yeah,
Lukas, and he's trying to figure out what Star Lord should do. So I have to say that
okay,
today, my real life game, this is what you don't give up in MCP. I was getting
no,
crushed by Darren playing his spider foes. Like Rhino did a casual 7 hits first attack, and then 6 more the second attack, and then stole my stuff and ran away.
oh god,
Yeah, it was. It sucked. That was like turn 1. Turn 1. Round 1.
oof.
But I managed to pull it off. I pulled it together and had a few lucky rolls naturally, but I ended up winning that game after a
Yeah,
disgusting
I
start.
mean the comebacks do happen,
Yeah.
and dice can spike either way, right? So you never give up in this game.
No, don't. Don't get tilted. Don't give up. Play like Sooner says. Play to the outs. Your outs.
Yeah, I agree with what Joe said in the chat. Is CGR can basically just be a 6-point Gwen now, and just keep pulling A Force models out of the way, to deny points because I think this game is going to be a points game, not an attrition game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jim wants
Oh
it to be an
gosh,
attrition one, but it's
that
not
was
going to happen.
another big roll.
Yeah, what happened?
It looks like Star Lord shot a builder into Okoye and did 3 damage.
Okay, right.
He did burn the winging it token for it. Um, and I think he did a hit and run. It looks like,
Probably.
which means he's going to then shoot Okoye again and try to finish her off, possibly with a spender if he's doesn't want to be if he
Right.
wants to play the odds and make sure he gets her.
So he shook the slow, then did hit and run, did the attack.
Oh, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you,
So he's
Akami.
just going within 4 for next turn.
Yep. All right, back over to Jim. That was Star Lord done. He's got CGR and Rocket Raccoon left. Jim's got She-Hulk
Yeah,
and Wong.
yeah. I wonder if you just heal Okoye or heal Toad with Wong.
Yeah.
Um,
I've been
Problem is
playing.
Wong really needs to stay on that back point.
Yeah, he does. But it's within 3, right?
Although it probably doesn't matter because CGR can pull as many people as he wants.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um. By the way, if you see me acting strange in the camera, like leaning over and stuff, it's because my puppy has woken up and she wants to play tuggy. So I'm playing tug of war with her. So as we're streaming, okay. So everybody bear with me with the weird movements. She's
yeah, there's a lot there's like an absurd amount of CGR options on the board right now. There's he can teleport, pull Toad out of the way, shoot Toad. He can just walk, pull everyone who's on a point off the point, because he's going to be going last. Um, yeah, I think it's yeah, I'm not sure what. Okay,
so he's moved Wong within 3 of Captain
and
Marvel.
he's going to pass a power,
Pass the power to her. Okay,
and
and
he healed Okoye
oh yeah,
because
look
the
at her.
passing power is not an action.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that was a pretty good play.
Yeah.
Oh boy, range 5 is really long.
Turns out. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Krunstall. He's mentioning we have to remember stalwart determination for the polls.
Yeah, but that won't work on Wong or Toad.
Yeah.
But yeah, he can't. He can't pull She-Hulk this turn.
Right. So
But he
not only
can
is
pull
Rocket
Wong
going to
off.
shoot Toad, but he also is going to hold that point. Ugh, God.
Yeah, so he couldn't get there in one move, so he can't shoot Toad this turn. But he has set up to shoot Toad next turn.
I see. Okay.
So I think She-Hulk has to run to the other side of the board here.
Yep. Here it comes. Yep. So that was Rocket
I don't
double.
know what he's measuring there off of Rocket. I don't think there's. Yeah. I think he needs to throw that. I think if he can double move, throw a building at Miles, because Miles can't brace, is what I would be looking to do at this point. I don't really like going into CGR here. Don't think it really does anything.
Yeah, because CGR is not.
Unless you daze him.
I mean, not, see, this is the dilemma. I ran into this in our last round of the WTC. It was either devote my army to take out CGR, who's not.
Oh, I do not like going back there. I don't think you win the game. I don't see how you win the game with She-Hulk staying on that side of the board.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's just not enough points.
But I was saying that, you can spend all your time knocking out CGR, which you may or may not do, but then the rest of his army is scoring points.
Yeah, it's real rough.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, even though CGR can't steal points, if you don't threaten him and just leave him till last, he can pull like 3 bottles off the point.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he can't because of Stalwart, but yeah, no, I really don't think you could go after Star Lord here. Even if you completely KO Star Lord and um, is that who's behind the stand?
It's Cosmic. It's Captain Marvel.
Okay, so there's no one from. So yeah, it's just Star Lord. You can't send She-Hulk to just deal with Star Lord. Um, there's just it's just not worth it. He's not holding any points. Yeah, I think if you want to choose violence, I think you have to go for CGR here.
Yeah.
Just try to deny his activation. I don't think that's the play either. I think, yeah, you double walk, you throw the building at Miles. He can't brace it.
I'm with Joe. Joe Jumanji. Killing CGR or even hurting or whatever, it's just not getting you points. I mean, sure, you're denying
No,
maybe.
and the fact that CGR can't pull She-Hulk back this turn is a big deal.
Yeah.
Especially since She-Hulk will have Prio. So I think what you have to do here is you have to double walk She-Hulk, throw the building at Miles, and then top of next turn you got to try to finish off Miles, grab the scroll, and ideally get Toad as well. If you don't get pushed by the scroll.
All right. Joe. Joe.
There we go.
Jim's committing,
Oh,
making one move.
this feels bad for Jim, which is why he was not happy about it, but it is definitely the correct choice. Otherwise, he just loses on points. So he could throw the building into someone other than Miles just to burn Brace,
Toad.
which I don't hate, but I think I just try to get
Yeah.
damage into
He's
Miles
throwing
here.
it into Toad. He's going into Toad though.
Yeah, and this does also make the Black Cat steal a lot easier because she can just move straight forward instead of having to deal with a building.
Did Toad just score 3?
Oh, come on.
Seriously? Oh.
So he doesn't brace, doesn't throw it at Miles, and Toad still lives.
What? Jim, you foolishly were
Toad.
stingy at the temple of the dice gods today. You this is just they're just toying with you now. They're just
Oh, yeah, you're right. When did brace get used, Gil? I didn't catch that.
Brace got used ow. Way earlier. I can't remember though.
Yeah. Oh yes, it was the Marvel Pro.
Oh
It was a
god.
different time. There was still hope in the air.
All right, so that's
No,
it.
but I think
She's done
yeah.
nothing.
So now we got CGR's time.
Yeah.
So CGR is probably just going to deny 2 points here because Captain Marvel didn't pay for Stalwart. So you can just pull both Wong and CGR and Cosmic Marvel off the point. Yeah. See if you can kill Toad while you're at it. Well, I don't know if a range 1 gets him there. Hard to say. It probably gets. Yeah, I don't think that gets you to Wong. But I could be wrong. I don't play with many big base models.
I was hoping to drink a lot of scotch tonight and really like kind of lean into this cocktail lounge theme, but I don't think that's going to happen.
We'll see. We'll see. We do have Prio next turn. She-Hulk can just try if she can generate 1 power, or if this is interesting actually. If CGR doesn't do any damage, She-Hulk's throw is not online at the top of next turn. Um, I think if I were Lukas here, I might have just walked and done 1 shot and then pulled 2 people off the points.
Well,
But I don't hate just trying to get Okoye off the board here either.
he's done 2 hits with a crit, but she saved well. 2 saves so far. Let's see if the crit
Okay,
rolls.
he needs that.
Crit doesn't roll into anything.
Oh no, wait, the skulls count because
Oh shit!
yeah, so
Oh
that's not
god.
great.
3.
But that was a great defense roll. That
Yeah.
was 3 blocks on 3 dice is what he needed.
Yeah. So that was 5 hits.
So
into
lives
3.
on 1.
Wow, those goddamn
Is he gonna wing in
skulls.
it? I think he probably winging it here.
Why wouldn't you? It's
Don't see
one. He
why he
just,
wouldn't.
yeah. He needs just.
He just needs to push one through.
He needs to push one through. No, he's not doing it. Doesn't look like.
Okay,
Who's next?
fair enough. Know why, but there's no one left to activate over there. That's a really odd choice, but I guess, yeah. I wonder if Marvel has used that terrain to block herself being pulled.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I know she's also
Yeah, I
holding on
really
point.
think if I were Lukas, I would have just walked to medium, done one shot, and then you could have pulled them both off the points.
Oh God! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits into 3 saves again. Wow! But that's not enough. And
Yeah, he
Okoye
goes
is off the
down
board.
still.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, that's what I was just saying. Is I think you're better off just walk, do the one shot. Might have got her anyway if he just used the wing in it. And then he pulls 2 models off the points. But I'm not sure it's going to be a game deciding decision.
No.
Oh, I wasn't sure if the foot of that thing blocked it, but apparently not.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, very odd to not use the wing in it token there. Yeah, now he just has it. But yeah, it's still a pretty great spot for Lukas to be in. I think he gets what 5 points to 2,
Yeah.
so 10-5. I
Wait.
mean, it's definitely not over, but this is going to need a big She-Hulk activation.
It's definitely not over. Connor, you've been remarkably generous tonight.
I think this is actually not a terrible position for Jim because CGR is you
That's
know
CGR roll. He rolled 2 extra power.
he does get enough power to do his crazy damage.
What is that? The
But
spender.
She-Hulk does, yeah, She-Hulk does have the potential to just because she got the power from Okoye taking damage, so the throw is online. So basically, She-Hulk can just auto daze Toad by throwing Toad into Miles, and then she's got 2 shots to either go for Miles or Venom.
Right.
Although I don't think she's into a Venom.
Jim's got priority, so
Yeah,
let's see if he does that. He does that.
I
Well,
think if it were me here, I would just throw Toad into Miles, or potentially into Agent Venom, depending on how close Agent Venom is to She-Hulk, and at least get Toad dazed.
yeah.
Get that scroll off him.
Yeah, seriously. God.
And then you can either double tap Miles or Agent Venom and try to get them dazed as well. If you can take 2 activations out at the top of the turn with She-Hulk, I think that'll be a big deal.
Right. Yeah. I mean, look, I don't think the scroll wants to be held on by Toad either. I mean, slimy, miserable guy. No.
I think 2 dazes here is what he needs. I think 3 is being a little overly optimistic, but I think 2 is doable and would be a big deal.
And a scroll recovery.
Yes, and ideally not getting pushed by the scroll because that could be really bad.
Well, I don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, Joe's
Yeah,
suggesting
maybe one of them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nope.
What?
I said maybe one of them's just going to get a cup of tea or something.
Oh, right. Okay. Good point.
I don't know.
How you holding up? You sound remarkably better. This is a good medicine for you. This game.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing I always say is the best thing to do when you're sick is just distract yourself with something. I was dying a couple hours ago.
I know. It wasn't herbal tea. It was coca leaves.
Yeah, Canadian herbal tea.
All right. Come on, Jim.
Yeah, it's weird for me to be cheering someone today's Miles. I don't know how I feel about that.
It's very conflicting. All right, Jim, we see the arrows. Let's do this. Is he just attacking Miles?
All right. Yeah, he's just attacking Miles.
Okay. Ooh.
I guess if he
Not
I
bad.
don't. Oh,
Four hits
how many
into.
Miles gonna block though? Is he gonna block 3?
He's re-rolling 2. Miles is re-rolling 2 and rolls one more save. So it's two damage going
Okay.
through. 2 damage going
Okay.
through.
He does have a winging it as well. Man, Miles with a winging it is kind of disgusting. That's a lot of defense dice.
Lucas lets it go through. So he's on 3 out of 5.
I think I throw Toad into Miles now.
Yeah.
I think he's going to need to basically get the. And,
I think
oh, I hope that's not a punch into Toad. That feels.
it's just another attack, maybe.
Oh,
I don't
don't
know.
punch.
Four hit
Toad could have
four,
just thrown him.
4 hits into 2 saves. Or yeah, 2 saves. Oh,
Okay, I think I see what he's doing. Winging it?
yeah, he'd use the wing and a token. It
No.
doesn't help him. So that dazes.
Oh, so that was on Miles. I don't know why he tapped it.
Oh, okay.
Must
It's
have been the
Miles.
throw.
Okay.
Maybe it was the throw then.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused as no, I think it must have been a punch because
It's a lot of
those
dice.
dice are different.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because she spent power, so I think it was the throw.
All right.
Man, I'm confused.
Well, in any case, Miles got dazed and dropped his scroll.
Oh, she weight training. That's what it was.
She did the spender first and spent the power on the spender.
No, she spent the power to get extra dice, is what she did.
I see. Okay.
Um,
And he's dropped the scroll away from her, interestingly.
picking that one up,
Maybe it's
and she's
because
gonna try to get the one off Toad.
Toad, that's what it is. All right. So now she's going to do it. Now
Yeah,
that she
and
has power.
here's the throw.
Yeah. Oh, and not into. Whoa. Why is he going to do this? I thought he'd just throw into Miles, but he looks like he wants to throw him into this Gunner's Den building.
But why not into Agent Venom here? I know you'd give him power, but I think you need to go to daze him.
Yeah, that'd be the 3 that
Yeah,
Chatters
not
had
sure
wanted to
about
see.
Venom. Also, I would measure this medium to make sure you can pick up that scroll if you throw to
Yeah,
building.
seriously.
Yeah,
Oh no, so he did it.
I
He
think
did
this.
just
Yeah,
what you
I like
said.
this.
Nice. He's thrown him into Agent Venom. So that dazes Toad, drops the scroll, and now let's see what Agent Venom does against 3 damage coming in from the throw. Saves 1, 2 goes through. He's fine.
That's good. Yeah, we need to start going after Agent Venom. Well,
Should I have another scotch then? Do I have time, you think?
I think so. Yeah,
You
I don't think the game's ending this turn. I think we got at least 2 more turns in.
Oh, really?
I mean, Lukas could score out this turn, but I don't think he will because he needs basically 3 scrolls and 3 points, which is possible. But I think Jim's in a good enough spot. This game's probably going to go to turn 4. That being said, that's an annoying push for him there
What is it? Oh, from the scroll. Right. Okay.
from the scroll. Yeah, I
All
don't
right.
know if I would have. Yeah, I don't know if. Yeah,
Toad
well,
is
she
actually
might with the
dazed.
transform.
What?
Yeah, Toad is dazed.
Toad is dazed. He just didn't put a token down.
Yeah, Toad's dazed. Yeah, does Rocket go grab the scroll, or does Rocket just throw dice into Cat and just try to get her off the board between him and Agent Venom? Oh wow, CGR is looking to just massive teleport. I don't know about that.
All right.
Yeah.
Up to Lucas.
Okay, yeah. So Agent Venom can web swing, incinerate Black Cat, and just start throwing dice into her. Not sure I want to give her the steal that easily, though. You got some cheering for CGR in the chat.
That's Mike DeLuca from the Danger Room. Send your emails to dangerroom@gmail.com. and tell Mike what you think of his comments.
All I'll say is that I think the real winners here are Web Warriors. No matter who wins, there's a Web Warrior in the winning side.
um, for folks who are watching tonight, we are also streaming tomorrow on Friday at 5:30 London time. That's 12:30 Eastern time. And we get to stream this second and final semifinals match. That'll be against Trollbjorn from Sweden, one of the winning Sweden WTC team players, and against Diom Lord, or also known as Lorenzo, one of the best Italian players and best MCP players in the world.
This is a very, very specific measurement here.
Go ahead, tell me.
He's trying to eyeball being outside of one of Black Cat, but inside two of that building.
Why outside of one?
It definitely got within two, so she can't steal. So she has to place or move before she steals.
Boy, Lukas is on point today. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, I think he got out of. She blocks two, though.
She blocks two.
Good Black Cat defense roll.
Right, but she does take 2 damage because that was a size 3 building. Ancient Venom's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, and Lukas is being smart here, already measuring the fallback. To see if he shoots her, if she can fall back out of range of the second shot.
That's a fantastic hit. Jesus Christ. 5 hits. God
oh, dear.
Damn it. Good God, that's the end of her. Fuck.
Oh, there goes Black Cat.
Jesus Christ. Lukas,
man, my Agent Venom dice never look like
I know.
If they did, I'd still play them more.
Wait, what is in the water in Ontario, Canada? Good God. God damn it. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, that's a huge swing. I think Jim was very much relying on the new Black Cat survivability, which we have not seen much of this game.
No.
Even though the crits have come up every attack. That's denied 3 crit explosions in 3 attacks, or 4 attacks.
Yeah, but I mean...
But Agent Venom's dice just don't care.
They don't care. No. Foyer 1996 is saying Lukas should change his name to Luckless. That's really good. Oh, God.
Yeah, I think at this point with Black Cat off the board, if Jim doesn't immediately do something to grab that scroll, I just double move and grab it with Rocket. And there's just so many points held by Lukas.
Well, the only one who could do it is Cosmic Ghost Rider. Sorry, what the hell?
No,
Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel could pick it up.
Yeah, Captain Marvel's got to get there if she can. I'm just not sure she can.
It's very close.
I guess she gets a bit of extra movement from the transform.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is you also really don't want to just be, you don't want Captain Marvel to just be double moving and grabbing a. It's not really great for a 5 threat, especially when you're down so big. He needs to start catching up on attrition as well as points. What do you do here?
I don't know. Yeah, people are saying, thank you, Okomi. Okomi is saying Captain Marvel has placed within 2 on one of her attacks on the binary side, so she can get there.
Yeah, I agree, Joe. I think this is why I don't like. I love Wong, but triple 2 threat is very pillow fisted. And if your only 2 output models don't roll well, you've really not got a backup plan. This is why I tend to play 5 wide. I'm not a big fan of the 6 wide game plans.
At
20.
Wong went ahead and gave a power to Captain Marvel, and it just sat there. So now Lukas is looking at how Star-Lord could maybe take him out.
Funny thing, though, is everyone's talking about CGR, and if you watched this game, didn't know anything about CGR. He's kind of been unimpressive.
Yeah. Well,
Like, he has not been a big factor in this game.
he's like,
Obviously, his threat is a big deal, and he's done some useful stuff. But it's really been Agent Star and Miles, good old Miles.
Swedish troll. CGR has really just been the cameraman this game.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, personally, I think let's just ignore the all this talk about Miles being too good. I think this is just Joe trying to get Miles nerfed again.
Has he been touched at all?
Yeah, Miles is dazed now. Oh
No.
no, by Iran.
Yeah,
But,
Rodus.
but until very recently, until early after the errata, you weren't seeing them very much outside of Web Warriors.
Yeah.
But after the Black Cat nerf, you're seeing a lot more Miles. Yeah, I think there's been a lot of talk, Mike, about winging it lately, and the fact that the biggest problem always appear to be best in Guardians.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of the difference between having a great 3-threat leader and a 4-threat leader is when you've got a model like Miles or Sam or Star-Lord that's just really good at doing their job while staying safe. It's just such an advantage. And then we've got the CGR activation.
Yeah. CGR
And
moved forward,
that is
attacked
big.
Toad, killed him easily, and now is dumping the scroll that Toad was holding towards Rocket. Wow.
Yeah, and I think we may get a pull on Captain Marvel to get her even further away from the action.
Yep. Because let's see, Schieck needs to win 6 points. He's got 2 secures. Oh, actually, he's got 3. No, that's Wong. Sorry. Well, CGR is now
No,
going
no,
to
that's wrong.
wipe out Wong.
Oh, yeah, he might just one-shot Wong, too.
Yeah, sure enough. 4, 5.
There we
Rather.
go.
5 with 3 crits. Why not? Why not?
Here's the man, the myth, the legend. Not even that great a role. He doesn't convert. He's gonna try to get him with the wing in it,
Oh God.
and I'm pretty sure that does it. Yeah,
Jesus. This is sad. I mean, it's just hard to watch.
yeah. So every time someone says the answer to playing against CGR is going wide, this is what happens. You just one shots all your bottles.
Yeah. Right. Is this
That just feels like an insult to injury there more than a drastic swing
so now
with the Wong kill. I mean, it denies a point, but CJR could have just pulled him off anyway.
yeah, it looked like CGR is gonna pull
Man, this is
Captain
this
Marvel.
is a rough spot. All right. So what is going on here? Oh, as I said, we're getting a chains on
Yeah,
Captain Marvel to get her further away from rotating her because we've lost so much on this side.
Yep. So Cosmic.
I think the important thing we need to remember here is that a lot of this has been Guardians without CGR, so let's not pretend that when CGR goes away, Guardians are going anywhere.
Yeah. Right. Mike's got some snarky comments going on in the chat.
Yeah, I think CGR is worse than released Malekith. Because at least Malekith had tech pieces you could bring against him.
Yeah. And he didn't have control. Well, he had a throw on that charge. That's true.
Yeah.
This is Captain Marvel going into, I think, Cosmic Ghost Rider. And
Yeah.
like, I mean, at this
violence at this point.
Yeah. At this point, it just doesn't matter.
I would have gone. I think I really would have gone for Star-Lord here if you're not going to rotate, just to try and deny points. I'm not. I don't really see what dazing. I don't really see what dazing CGR does here. unless he's just trying to ride CGR to get the scroll.
Yeah, maybe. Is this a place that she gets to do?
Yeah, so that's why he's done it.
Right.
So he
Okay.
can get the scroll and help rotate
She
potentially.
places within 2 of the target. That's pretty cool.
I might have measured out a charged rocket there.
He's picked up the scroll, failed the roll. I don't think he saved.
Yeah, once again, X-Men players in the chat pretending Storm's leadership wasn't broken. We see you, X-Men. Storm's leadership was not okay.
We see you, X-Men. Right, well, I'm not going to have that extra whiskey. I'm sorry, Connor. I am,
Yeah, I had hope. Not so much for Jim to win, but for it to be a bit closer. But that's a good roll.
Yep.
I mean, right roll, but it's a good roll. Doesn't quite get CGR. Just so he can daze on top of the turn. Joe, no one believes you. Stats can lie. Anyone who knows the statistics knows that.
Right, so Star-Lord moves up onto the point.
Oh, what's going on here?
Cosmic,
What?
Captain Marvel is pushing him.
Oh, okay, and then does the place thing again.
Yep, and she's done.
On the point, can you tell?
Let's see.
Starlord just caps that back, which shoots Marvel. Maybe doesn't even
The symbol
shoot her.
isn't
I
up.
might not even shoot her. Don't give her power.
The symbol is not up, but it's gosh, she looks like she's on the point. See, really close. Well, I was worried I was going to be staying up too late, but
Yeah, if you need any evidence that X-Men weren't okay, it's the fact that Lukas was playing X-Men.
Yeah, Rocket's going to go pick up that scroll.
Yeah, I think egging on CGR and Guardians leadership for a bit. Lukas has played this game incredibly well.
He's very good at it.
From the very first turn with his pulling Toad back, his diving his opponent's scroll with Toad to force the other Toad to dive. He rotated correctly at every moment.
Yep.
Especially the Miles one was just a great choice.
Yep.
And basically, Jim has been relying on dice to dig him out, and has not been getting the dice he needs to dig him out.
Nope. Yep. So there's Rocket getting cover from the car, and he always has cover, so it doesn't matter. But grabbing that scroll, let's see what he rolls to see if he gets moved. He does not.
Does not, of course. Okay, so Miles, or not Miles, Star-Lord will go tap the back point, which will give Lukas 4 points here, I believe. 5 points. Two scrolls.
Star-Lord moving away.
4.
Oh, grabbing that
I think
point.
that's the correct choice. Don't give Marvel power.
Yeah.
Her weird absorption things, so you could end up giving her a ton of power if the dice go that way. There's really no need for you to.
Right. That's Lukas on 14 points. He literally needs to run his 2 scrolls into the far corner and win.
Yeah, Lukas has just put on an absolute clinic in this game.
Clinic. I love it.
Quite happy to play the Guardian side, because it did hurt my soul a bit watching the previous round playing webs with.
It's interesting. Guardians, Miles and Guardians. Interesting choice. Is sensible.
Yeah, I think basically attitude behind the list for Lukas is he's playing the best attrition team and the best crises team together.
Yeah.
And I think that can create some problems at certain points levels where you can't run the ideal version of the list. And when he played against Pat, he didn't have Agent Venom the 10, and I thought that was a big mistake. Putting Agent Venom in the 10 was a very smart decision and a
Yeah.
big deal for this
Yeah.
game.
CGR rolls for 2 power. He's on full, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, Chewy, I agree. Lukas is a great player, and he's playing what he thinks is the best team. But also, one thing I got to say about Lukas is he always plays a roster that's different from what everyone else
Yeah,
is
it's
playing.
quite
So
different.
yes, he is playing Guardians, but he's not just playing like the traditional Guardians list or the Thanos Guardians list. He is doing a weird matchup dual affiliation, which kind of only he really does these weird ones, like when he was running Malekith and X-Men.
Yeah, and he taking Rocket without Groot. Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what the GWT
Yeah,
acronym
I was wondering
Chewy, but yeah.
some sort of. I was
like, is this something those young hip people are saying that I'm too old to understand?
Never. I take vindication in that I switched our group over to Discord, and it was all the young uns who were complaining about Discord, and I'm sitting there going, "Well, shit."
Very funny, wasn't it?
I know. I was like, "Shit." I thought Discord is where all the kids are hanging out now. Like, I thought I was helping everybody out, but no, it was the kids who were not happy about it.
Okay, so She-Hulk throws a building into Miles. Is that a size 4 or a size 3?
Size 4.
So She-Hulk throws the building into Miles. Miles misses everything and immediately dies. And then She-Hulk walks and one-shots Rocket. I still don't think that's enough.
Yep. So let's see if he does. He looks like he's going to try to throw it.
Yeah. It's rough when you're losing attrition and losing on points. It's hard to come back at that point.
We need to buy
I think yeah, I think Lukas just played a better turn 0 here. I think just the better list for the crises.
All right, looks like he's got actually just to punch Miles.
Okay.
Maybe he's trying to save the throw for Toad.
Yeah, I don't. Miles is so hard to punch.
Well, 5 hits into 1 save so far.
That's a good roll.
Yeah,
you needed that.
6 into.
If Miles whiffs these rerolls. But Miles has 2 sets of 2 rerolls, don't forget.
Oh, God. First one didn't.
Yep, and here comes the wing in it.
First one didn't help.
So the spider sense didn't do anything.
It's 2 saves. So he's taking 3.
Okay.
No, sorry. 4. He's taking 4.
It's honestly as good as you could hope, really. Getting the one shot's very unlikely. Just throw Toad into, or throw Miles into Toad. If Toad whiffs it, then he goes down.
I wonder if I'm the oldest MCP player in the world. Connor, what do you think? Who's older than me?
Well, no, there's gotta be someone. There'll be like a Tibetan monk in his 90s in
playing MCP. He loves playing Winter Guard.
Yeah, exactly.
And Wong. He splashes Wong.
Or some like wise Russian chess master playing Winter Guard.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so we've got so the next round the next game of this round, we've got another Guardians player, but this time pure Guardians with Thanos. And we've got another Webs duel with Chillboard. And man, I really like his Midnight Suns Webs list. So I'm quite looking forward to watching that game tomorrow.
Sorry, guys.
Whoa, what is going on?
Yeah,
here?
I know something happened. I fixed it. It's fixed. Yeah, so that's tomorrow, 5:30 London time. It's 2:30 Eastern time. No, sorry, 12:30 Eastern time. Tune in and watch this next game.
Yeah, so sad news for Jim. Toad did not get one shot by Miles being thrown into him, which is rough. But then basically he has to walk She-Hulk onto the point, because otherwise he's just going to get scored out.
Yeah, I mean it's whatever.
Yeah. So don't know what the plan is here. Oh, he's trying to stay out of sacrifice. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna see our first CGR spend game just for the shits and giggles.
Yeah. So you're born in Ontario, but then moved to Vancouver and grew up there.
Yeah, so I actually moved to Edmonton, Alberta when I was 3, and then I moved again to Vancouver when I was 9, and then I lived on the West Coast until my, I guess, early 20s,
Yeah.
mid 20s. Can't actually remember now. I think I moved here when I was 24, and now I've been here 11 years. Goes by fast.
Yeah, it does. CGR deletes one of Jim's models and goes after Toad next, and doesn't roll well at all. Wow, what happened there, Lucas?
Did not bother with going after Cosmic Marvel and just delete Wong instead.
Yeah,
I think that's a fair play.
and now he's dragging Toad off of the point, or rather, off of that car.
Yeah, Joe, the dice all even out. I don't know what you're complaining about. What do you want? But yeah, I think one of the smartest things Lukas has done in this game is just completely ignore She-Hulk and Captain Marvel when it comes to damage.
Yep.
He hasn't put a single attack into them this game. When you see 3 2 threats on your opponent's side, you just kill them.
Yep.
Like that's the thing when you're playing a list that has a bunch of models that are just there to support the big hitters. You just take out the support pieces. It's the same thing with Guardians, but obviously they've done a better job keeping those support pieces alive.
I don't know if there's any War Machine players in the chat or watching this, but there was this one picture I took of Will Hungerford, the lead developer of War Machine at the time, when he had there was a problem with Kador, which is similar to CGR, same sort of like nonsense, and he just witnessed a game wrapping up where the Kador player just completely wiped the other guy without any chance. This was at War Machine weekend in St. Louis. And I took this photo of Will Hungerford. The game was over. The winning player, who's my friend, was given the double thumbs up behind Will Hungerford. And Hungerford just had his hand on his forehead and looking at the board. just like kind of like in shock. And I'm just hoping that AMG occasionally takes a look at these streams and maybe has a similar reaction.
Well, I'm just hoping that CGR wins and Webs don't, because I don't want my Webs getting nerfed.
No, Coddle, it was the Warcaster that was half Warjack, half human, and he had just run all the different cheap Berserker jacks. That was the problem.
All right, we've got that's a great roll. Doesn't convert. 5 hit.
5 hits into
not gonna
1
be
save.
enough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that will be enough. That's big. I mean, I don't know if it actually matters, but still nice.
Who was that into? Was that into Agent Venom? Okay.
That's big.
So it's Captain Marvel going into Agent Venom, doing a fantastic hit and dazes him, and is going to take his scroll, I imagine.
Yeah, well, she's already got one, so she can't pick it up. And sadly, I think Toad just goes and grabs that now. Yeah. The problem, there's just not enough models left on Jim's side, so Toad can quite easily go grab that and go stand on the point. And even if he gets pushed, he can just move back to the point because he's makes a difference to our heart, Joe. It's nice to see Cosmic Carol actually do something, even if it doesn't actually matter. I do have to say dropping Carol in a couple twos to get some outputty threes in there might have helped.
So Toad picks up the scroll, has to be moved. He's just running away.
Running away from the enemy Toad. So we've got Star-Lord, got Rocket. So yeah, Jim passes here just to see if there's anything he could do with Toad. Realistically, I think he's just going to cap a point somewhere. But
he's just going to cap it.
Okay.
He's going to catch a cat in his ass is what's going to happen. Boop. Rocket moving over.
Oh yeah, Rocket had to do a short move over that car because he's only size 1.
Toad gonna
it looks like
he's
just gonna score a point.
Yeah. Oh, because CGR doesn't score. Right. Okay. Wow. Right. So that's like 500 points to 8.
Yeah. Now we just see if Lukas wants to be a dick and shoot Toad off the board for fun.
Star-Lord left to go.
Yeah, I mean, you could go for you might as well just spend Toad Spender into CGR for the days. I always completion in the situations. I will want to see if I can try. I want the person to score, but I know some people just call it when it's over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jim's got 2 scrolls and no secures. 1 secure.
No, Jim's got 3 secures.
Oh,
Jim's got both those.
Yeah.
Jim's dazed, and CGR is not scoring.
5.
But
yeah. Wow. 13 points.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if the points were closer, though, Rocket could have denied She-Hulk's point, and Toad could have. Oh no, he couldn't have denied Carol's point.
All right,
he could have
Connor.
tried to push her off the point, but he's still up on it.
They're calling the game. I'm gonna hang up on you and hop into their voice channel, and we can do the post interview.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, thank you. See you there. All right, everybody. If you got questions, please do put them in the chat. Meanwhile, let me get into their voice channel. There they are. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Oh, hey, you know what?
Hello, hello, hello. Thanks again for watching, letting us stream the game. I'm here with Connor.
Hello.
All right, Jim, let's start with you. Let's talk about your team composition. We know you're a big A-Force fan, and you know how to protect She-Hulk pretty well. But you elected to go with 3 2 threats to go very wide. Can you tell us a little bit about your thought process there?
Yeah, sure. I thought Lukas would probably take something like this. I wasn't sure whether he played Guardians or Reds, but I thought it would be
Jim, sorry.
Yeah.
Are you close to your mic? It's very hard to hear you.
1 second.
Yeah, his mic was really bad, Lukas. I don't know. Was he like that when you were playing the game?
Yeah, but I mean, you've played this game so long that you know what they're saying, even though you can't hear it that much. So it wasn't bothering me, but I can understand. Yeah, it was coming through the same for me.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, you there, Jim?
Hey, yeah, can you hear me now?
Way better. Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Oh, nice. Oh, you should have said something, Lucas.
I was working through it.
All right.
He was too ahead in the game.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
All right, Chip.
Sorry, no, but
Yeah, so tell us
what
a
were you
bit
saying?
about your team composition. How did you decide to go so wide in 3-2 threats?
Yeah, so I thought Lucas would be able to go 6 wide. I wasn't sure if he'd do it with Webs or with Guardians, but I was expecting something like this, 6 wide with Ghost Rider.
Okay.
And I thought I need to be able to like match that in terms of number of activations. That was the thinking anyway. I mean, how the early turns went made it look really bad because as soon as I fell behind on the scoreboard on turn 1, suddenly these 2 threats are looking quite suspicious in sort of like how effective they are.
Right.
So I wasn't able to create the like have lots of activations, keep people alive with Wong and go last and score points on the secures, which was the plan. But
So-
I never really got to get that engine going because of the sort of early points deficit that I took.
Right. So the idea, if I'm hearing you correctly, was just to use your defensive tech to try to keep all those alive, and then have lots of characters rather to either hold scrolls or to go hold points and things like that. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I thought if I could activate last with Cosmic Carol, I could reliably use her to clear an entire Infinity Formula point, sort of no matter how many people are on it, and maybe get a skull at the same time, and that's how I was planning to swing back.
So that's interesting though, because you're putting together a scoring kind of objective team, but A-Force is known for how well it can do attrition. So why did you flex into scoring instead of focusing on the attrition?
So I don't think they're a particularly good attrition team. I think they're a good counter attrition team. So that's when people are attacking you, they're good at hitting back. So I like playing them as a scoring team because of the Seahawks leadership and how you can funnel power to sort of the characters like Black Cat and Spider Woman and Miles and things like that. So to play them as a scoring team.
Okay. So you took some early hits in the game, and that kind of put you back on your heels. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. So how did you flex then? What was the idea then? How did you try to salvage the situation?
So I think it was when I, early in turn 2, I think it was, went for the special delivery onto Star-Lord.
Yep.
And that was all in, even sort of on that early in the game.
Right.
And then I was hoping to sort of clean him up a bit, and then have She-Hulk rotate to the other side and start helping out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the dice didn't help you essentially, and so you're kind of stuck.
Yeah, they weren't great, but they also highlighted mistakes that I made. So perhaps looking back with hindsight, the 3-2 threats didn't work out this time, and I also mispositioned a few times. I think when I did the special delivery, I didn't move She-Hulk far enough to my right side as part of that, which sort of limited how she could rotate. Carol had like loads of room because she was going to get placements off her attacks and her transform. So I fucked up there, and so even though the dice weren't brilliant, they did compound mistakes that I had already made.
Yep.
So I can't be mad at that.
Okay, got it. And Connor, do you have any questions for Jim?
Yeah, couple questions. Did you consider playing Webs at all, or were you, as soon as the crises flipped, sure you were going to play A-Force?
No, I think Webs might have been a little bit better, but I had to kill some time between finishing work and playing the game, and I went to the cinema and went to see the Marvels, and I had to play that.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Is thumbs up for the Marvels film? I'm thinking about going to see it.
Oh yeah, it was great fun.
Excellent. All right, Connor, what else?
Yeah, and the other one I had is how did you feel when the Crises flip turned up? Because I thought Infinity Formula was definitely the one you wanted to see.
Yeah, I think I felt like that at the start, but I think Lukas played it really well. His like hybrid roster with yeah, it's not a traditional Guardians roster. It's got a lot more mobility with Venom, who you don't see so much, and the splash of Miles and Toad. So I think he certainly had a plan for it being his secure. It's the sort of least traditional of the Guardians secures, but he made it work really, really well. So yeah, well played there, mate.
All right, let's move over to Lukas then. Lukas, we are seriously interested in your roster and then about your team selection. But let's start with the roster. Is the roster something that you've been kind of honing for some time now, or is this kind of bespoke put together for the match today?
I'm winging it.
Ha
Okay,
ha ha.
that was a bad one, but I just play the best stuff. 2 seasons ago, it was X-Men Cabal. So yeah, now it's Webs and Guardians. So I just play both. I knew that Jim had the A Force and the Webs combo. I was more scared of the Webs combo, so I teched for it, and I dropped Bill to pick up Agent Venom. I think that once I like got my mindset off of I don't need Bill, and Bill is probably actually bad in the matchup, especially with Webs, that I figured that out. Then Agent Venom fell in my roster, and like it all kind of clicked in. So I felt really good about going into what Jim had played in the past weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And but both Guardians and Webs are new to me. I've only played a couple of games with each affiliation in the last few months. So I'm just trying to. I mean, they're strong enough to kind of carry, is what I think.
Well, you made some incredible moves here, though. So I mean, I think the pilot is just as proficient as the choices of the characters that you made. Um, so you're saying the roster has got tweaked a little bit, but this off the wall design is something that you've been using for some time now.
Well, actually, I really am just like not committed to anything. Okay, so the last couple times I made it this far, I put a significant amount of pressure on myself to do well.
Mm-hmm.
First time because obviously it's like the first time you're going through the tournament, like, and you're making this far. It's like it's really awesome. And the second time, losing in second place, of course, like that. It's like, well, the only thing I need to do is win. So I put a lot of pressure on myself there. And this time I've decided I'm just going to let things happen, have fun, enjoy the anxiety and stress spikes that I will experience, and just like acknowledge them and live like just appreciate that this my brain is doing this to myself.
Yeah.
And because it's like not many things can make you feel this anxious and this and have this anxiety, and the pressure you're putting on yourself is really cool. So just embrace it and
Yeah.
have fun
Yeah.
and let go. And that's what I've tried to do this season. So I think there's a little bit of a mindset shift going into the third one that hopefully that I think has allowed me to like be flexible with how I play the game.
Yeah. Yeah. This is like the Zen of MCP that you're teaching us.
I'm trying.
So, but the choice of Miles as a splash seems brilliant in Guardians, and Agent Venom as well.
Yeah, well, Agent Venom is just like the hot swap for Bill because they're both affiliated. Thinking he's going to bring Webs is really to shut down the defensive tech and eat up Miles and Spectacular.
Yep.
But also, like, yeah, he's more mobile than Bill, and he's got that foreign assignment. Like that free attack is like huge, and
Yep.
I don't know. Miles is just there because of the Webs pivot. I would have played Webs if he won priority. And so that was another thing that that is just like interesting, right? Because I kind of knew what CGR warps the game so heavily that it's pretty clear what secures, you have to take to beat him or to not have him see the table. And so me knowing that, I can build my roster around things that are advantageous. Like if he is bringing 2 pay to flips to counter CGR, I can bring a wide squad to counter his pay to flip scenario. I could
Right.
go wider than him in some threat levels,
Right.
and I can play a pick going last on pay to flips is usually advantageous. So I was just kind of setting up. I've said this before, but basically I always try to build a roster where no matter if I win or lose priority, I am in the advantaged position.
Right.
So that's what I attempted to do here.
Yeah. Connor, why don't you ask if you were really impressed with his team selection? You have any questions about it?
Yeah, so I was gonna say I always love watching your mad scientist list building, where you just try to see how much of the best stuff you can fit in one roster. And I thought when you played against Pat, I wasn't a big fan of the roster. And I think the main issue I had with it was the lack of Agent Venom, because I think he swings the matchup that heavily. And I was very happy to see you brought Agent Venom in for knowing, because obviously you didn't actually know what Pat would play for sure, because he could play anything. But yeah, I think the Agent Venom like massively shifts the play, and also he's honestly maybe the best Guardian model on Infinity Formula. He's just insane on that Crises. And yeah, you got to watch. You'll if you watch back the video, you'll see me talking about I don't like going into Black Cat, totally forgetting about foreign assignment, and then being like, oh yeah, he gets 3 attacks. That massively changes everything. So yeah, I think the foreign assignment Agent Venom play was like really really strong. And yeah, I just wanted to compliment the roster. It's a very cool one. I'm curious to see what we will see in the final potentially, dependent on who makes it.
Yeah,
And
that's
yeah,
a
I was
good
just
point.
curious. Sorry?
I was just gonna say that, yeah, like I'm gonna basically build from the ground up depending on who wins tomorrow. So
Yeah, it'll be interesting too, because obviously you've got a potential for yet another webs duel, but obviously Choborn has kind of gone for more what you're doing, where there's a very strong attrition plan alongside a very strong crises plan. And then we've obviously got the classic Thanos Guardians. So be very interested to see how that goes. I just wanted to ask the same thing I asked Jim: is how did you feel after the crises were revealed?
I felt better than if he won priority, but it was definitely the least favorite pull on the card. I think I like the 20 because of that steal that I can throw in Miles in, so the 20 was fine for me. I don't know. I felt fine. When he dropped A-Force, I was caught off guard, but I was overall happy because I knew that I could just like pick on his little minions, and with Ghost Rider he could do it faster than She-Hulk could pick on my minions basically, and
Yeah.
so taking out Black Cat before she got to do anything was I felt like I needed to do that because she was like the strongest by far of the minions and had the best rotation ability and obviously can extract lift off of my character. Like she's best character other than the 2 that I was going to ignore the whole match. So yeah, that's kind of just what it was.
Yeah, I think you had a strong plan throughout, which you could tell from the very beginning. And one thing I just wanted to compliment was the Toad play to grab your opponent's scroll to then force him to do the same to create a bit more of a brawl was a very smart opening gambit. And I did not, even though I knew he could do it, I did not see the pulling Toad back to safety with CGR coming. And that was a very smart early turn play. Once again, showing the depths of CGR play just continues.
Yeah, he's a little too strong, right? When I'm just like paying 2 power to shut down Jim's VPs, and I can do that basically infinite amount of times. I mean, I could have done it again if I didn't mess up that She-Hulk pull, which was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But like it just, I think that I would like to see CGR changed significantly because he can just disrupt so much, especially on the just regular typical secure missions. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, this game was a great example of that because CGR didn't even really pop off for the first few turns, and it was still just a massive impact on the game without even like relying on dice.
Yeah, that was the game plan, was like, how can I diceless this first, and then how can I minimize the rolls, or like basically just I don't know, just like use the rolls that work really well, which is the Agent Venom getting extra attacks, or obviously counting skulls on Ghost Rider. Like, rely on those ones rather than the other ones. But I did also, like, I mean, I guess I didn't say it, but I don't know if you guys probably said it, but like, my dice were pretty freaking impressive. That special delivery attack where Star-Lord rolls just 3 crits is kind of like,
Yeah.
But
it didn't
you
hurt.
say that,
It
but
did not
She-Hulk,
hurt.
yeah, yeah, you say that, but She-Hulk also rolled 1 hit on that attack, so the
Yeah.
triple crit didn't end up mattering very much.
Yeah. We
That was a
definitely
rough roll, but that was a rough activation by Jim. The big all-in play and the dice just fluffed.
Yeah, Lucas, we need to your sacrifice recipe for the dice gods because it's clearly working.
I'm not going to share that till after the finals.
Fair.
It's just praying in front of an altar of CGR.
All right, Jim, thank you very much again for letting us stream the game. It's been a pleasure watching you get up to the semifinals of season 12. I hope you had a really enjoyable time.
Yep, it was awesome. Cheers for streaming, Norbert, and really well played again, Lucas. Great game. Yeah, you played well and deserved to win, and best of luck in the final, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. I mean, you're such a great player. I was terrified of this matchup. I had to think. I put a lot of prep into this because I was very intimidated by your skill. I remember you just crushed a player. Sorry to your opponent, but I knew that I had to pull out all the tricks I possibly could to get this one. So thanks for being a great opponent, and yeah.
Cool.
You too, mate. That was lovely.
Yeah, you played really well, Lucas. Your preparations clearly paid off, so congrats. So you're going to be watching the next match tomorrow with interest, where we have Trollborn from Sweden versus Diam Lord from Italy battling it out for the second semifinals match.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, cool. All right, everyone. Thank you again to Jim and to Lucas for letting us stream the game. Thank you to Connor. Connor, you were a fantastic co-host with me tonight. Thanks for staying up.
Thanks, I had a great time.
Yeah, it was ones of fun. The chat was blowing up again. And thank you, everybody, for all your wonderful comments and also helping us understand what was happening in the game as we were busy drinking whiskey and having chats with each other. So it's a big party here every night. So tomorrow we'll be watching, this will be Friday at 5:30 London time. That's 2:30 Eastern United States time. It'll be aperitivo time if you're Italian, and if you're not Italian, you could pretend to be Italian like me and have your drinks at the ready as we watch the second semifinals game from season 12 of the MCP TTS leagues. Thanks everybody, and have a great night.